Natalie Diaz-Ludwig. Thank you so much for clicking. So the most important thing you should know about me is that I love what I do for a living. I'm very passionate about it, and if I had to describe it in one sentence, it would be that I help people connect to their highest self and to really find a life worth living. There's hardly anything more beautiful and magical than being a part of that experience. And I've had about 20 years in this professional field. I'm at the highest level of licensing for a clinical social worker. And I also have about a half a dozen or so of postgraduate certifications in various models of therapy. And on top of all of that, one of the most important things as well for you to know is that I'm a real human being. I'm a real person, and this is all coming from my own life's journey. Besides all the education, it's also really been about my own journey as a person. I've been through various times of having near-death experiences or threats to my life in different ways. And in all of that, sometimes I joke around and I tell people I'm half metal, half woman. I know it may not look like it, but half of my spine is actually a metal rod. And I also have all kinds of other metal pieces throughout my body. So that's my funny way of saying it. So the metal rod was about scoliosis corrective surgery, which I had as a young adult. And in the transcourse of that, I had to learn how to breathe on my own. I had to learn how to walk again. Heck, I had to learn how to get out of bed without killing myself. All of these things were tremendous tasks. There were multiple other times besides that time where, medically speaking, I couldn't do basic things for myself, feed myself, or go to the bathroom without assistance, or take a shower. All kinds of activities of daily living that are very easy to take for granted until you don't have them. And many other incidents. I had a pancreatitis attack very unexpectedly that was truly at dangerous and near fatal levels. And then I also had a major car accident a few years back. Car flipping in the air, rolling a bunch of times, 2.5 times to be specific, in the air and landing in such a way. And so many things happened as a result of that car accident, but physically speaking, the main thing that happened is that I had a lot of damage to my arm and have had to have about 6 surgeries at this point. I don't know if you can tell from this video. And in all of that, there was also so many times of being on prescription pain medication. And for those of you who have not had to do that, God bless. For those of us who've had to be on prescription pain medication, I'll just say that for me, it was a really terrible experience. It was necessary because I couldn't function without it, but it was terrible because it really impacted my ability to think clearly, feel things, think things, process things in the right way, and it wasn't a way to have quality of life. And in all of that, no matter how many specialists, how many doctors I saw, every time I had a doctor's appointment coming up, I felt hopeful, like maybe this time there'll be something different, something that'll actually help. But invariably, the doctors would say pretty much the same thing each time. Okay, well, let's try this other medication, or, well, we could think about this surgery. And sometimes for kicks and just to vary it, they'd say, oh, let's try physical therapy. And I'd go through another physical therapy bout. And I would do all of it and still feel completely unwell and unable to function. And the answer to the question about the psychological distress and all of that honestly wasn't much different. The answer was still, oh, try this other medication, and so on and so forth. So in all of it, and in my search for alternative ways of healing, I really have gotten to a place where I can honestly say I'm completely pain-free, able to function, and completely happy and at peace. And I really hope to be able to connect you with the same. So that's a little bit about me, and I really hope that this inspires you and that we look forward to hearing from you.